Okay.
Hi, Naisha. How are you doing?
Fine. How are you?
Good, good. I'm glad that today you're able to attend this class on mathematics. First, let me know something more about you.
Yes. I'm Nasha. I love sports. I'm a state level archery player, but because of this, I've missed my classes, and that's why I'm here to take help from Anil sir in my maths. I want gold in maths also, like I get in my sports.
Sure, you will. An archer, has focus, and anybody who has focus can do so well in anything whatsoever. So, just as you scored gold in archery, you will score gold in mathematics also. I'll ensure that. Now, tell me, today, what do you really want to learn in mathematics?
I have test in January
Mhm.
on my three chapters. So, my today's topic will be
You can
about
share. You can share
binomial.
the screen. You can share the
Okay.
screen. We'll go through your book and see what you need to learn so that you get gold in mathematics also. Okay? Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Which chapter?
I have division of polynomials,
Division.
equation
In which grade are you?
8 standard.
Eighth standard. You're
Yes.
learning division of polynomials.
Yes.
Really? Okay. So that's first chapter, division of polynomials. What next?
Equations in one variable
Mm-hmm.
and congruence of triangles.
Good. I think we'll begin with division of polynomials today. And in a couple of classes, I'll teach you all the concepts which you should know about these three topics so that you get very good marks in your January test also. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay, so our strategy will be that we'll record this class. And just as you watch the recordings carefully, you have to watch this recording and understand whatever we go through in today's class. If there is something which you still need clarification on, you can write comments on my video. I'll get back to you, correct? And I'll also watch the video so that I can understand what else I could have taught you, correct?
Yes.
With that kind of a feedback, we are sure to understand the topic and so get good marks, correct?
Yes.
Okay, let me see what is there in division of polynomials for you. Correct. So you're starting with dividing some polynomial terms, we call them monomials, and getting the result. Okay, can you just move along and let me see a couple of questions which we can do today. Right, okay, move on. Perfect. Okay, so from monomials, you've gone to binomials being divided by a monomial. That's good. Continue, continue. Let me see everything. Then I'll kind of teach you in my own way. Is it okay?
Yes.
Oh, good job. Hmm. So trinomial divided by a monomial. Perfect. Let's go ahead. And now, just stop the screen for a moment. You are dividing a trinomial with a binomial. Oh, that's great. This is something which we do in grade 11 here. You know that? So that's high level stuff. Okay. So I got some idea. Let me begin with the basic concepts and then we'll again get back to your book. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay, then. So I'll share a whiteboard and then we'll see what best we can do now. Okay, so
Shall
here,
I stop screen sharing?
yeah, you stop for the moment. Okay, that'd be fine. So polynomial division is a very tricky topic. And what I gather from there is that you have a lot to learn, right? So our approach today is going to be lay a good foundation so that we can actually do what you really want to do. Is that okay? So we'll begin with basics. When I say basics, I mean just long division. That is basic. So let us say I have to divide the number 7 by 5. How do I divide that? I know 5 times 1 is 5, and what you get is 2, correct? So
Yes.
2 is the remainder, perfect.
Right.
We could actually write this as 7 is equal to 5 times 1 plus the remainder 2, correct?
Yes.
We could also write this as 7 when you divide by 5 is equal to what? Is the number 1 plus the remainder, which was 2, right?
Yes.
And this remainder, you still have to divide by 5, correct?
Yes.
So that is what you get. Now, both these equations are actually called division statements. So make a note of this. So division statement. In mathematics, just as in English, you have words and sentences, we also have these things which convert our language into mathematical language. So division statement relates all these things, right? So the number which you are going to divide by 5. So what is 5 called? They have a name. Do you know what is 5 called?
Yes. Divisor.
Divisor. What is 1 called?
Quotient.
And this, you know, is the remainder.
Remainder.
What is this 7 called?
Dividend.
Dividend. So that is how these terms are related. So we see that the dividend is equal to the product of divisor and the quotient plus the remainder, right? So this division statement is written in multiplication form, correct? In this way, correct? So when you
Yes.
write it this, it is a division statement rearranged, written in multiplication form. If you multiply the second statement by 5, you will get the first statement. Is that clear to you?
Yes.
So most of the answers will be written in either form 1 or in form 2. Is it okay? Most of the time.
Yes.
Another important thing is, if the remainder is 0, then what happens? So let me write a note here. If remainder is 0, then what happens? Then you know that divisor is factor of dividend, right?
Yes.
So get used to these names and these terms. So that is kind of very important, so that you become very conversant to the whole process. So in numbers, you learn this long division. Perfect. So is this page absolutely clear to you? Let me erase this and we'll move on to polynomials. So we were talking about arithmetic so far, correct? So arithmetic was numbers. Now let's go to algebra. So when I say algebra, I'm introducing variables. And the simplest thing which we are getting into now is polynomials. I should say in polynomials, simplest will be one term. Since you are doing division of polynomials, I am assuming that you know what polynomial is, correct? You know what polynomial is, since you are dividing polynomials. So I'm not getting there. One term will mean something like 2x, 3x squared. This is one term. Is that okay? So now let us see what happens when you divide a monomial with a monomial. So first case one, we'll do monomial divided by monomial. Is that clear? So let me take some examples. For example, if I have 3x squared and if I divide by 3, what do I get? Three and 3 will cancel, correct?
Yes.
And
X
what I get
squared.
is x squared, correct?
Yes.
If I have 9x cubed and I would divide by 3x, then what do I get? I get 3x squared. Is this clear to you? I cannot hear you. You are on mute now.
Yes, I was saying this only. You already did it.
Yeah, so that's correct. So it is absolutely clear, right? So
Yes.
what we noticed here is that if you look into the long division format, which we just did, so what are we trying to do here is dividing 9x cubed by 3x. So we have to take care of the number and the variable. So number 3 goes 3 times in 9 and x will go what? X squared times, right?
Yes.
And now if I write this, what I really get here is 0 remainder, correct?
Yes.
So that also means in this particular fashion, I'm saying that 3x is a factor of 9x cubed. Do you understand this language? You get the idea?
Yes.
It is a factor, correct. Now, let's move forward. Let me erase this. We have now another term which is saying 5x cubed x squared y divided by, let me make this 15, okay?
Okay.
And let me divide by 4 x y squared. What do I get?
We will 3. We will cut 15 and write 3,
Yes.
and we will cut y, x, and
Mhm.
square,
Yes.
and
That is what.
we will. Yes.
So this x goes with one of these x's and this one of the y goes with this, correct?
Yes.
And you get 3x over y. So is this process clear to you?
Yes.
Perfect. So we now know how to divide monomial with monomial, correct? Let me just expand this a bit and let me write here 16x cubed y squared z. And I'm going to divide this by, let's say 30 x y z squared, correct? So basically, if we do it quickly, what we are going to do? We are looking into these numbers and what is common between these? At least we know 2 is common, right? So I can
Yes.
divide by 2 and we get this as 8 and this as 15, correct?
Yes.
Now we look into the x powers. This is power 1, right? So 3 minus 1 is 2. So I get x squared here. As far as y is concerned, one of the y's get cancelled. So 1 remains. As far as z is concerned, 1 cancels. And I could write this as 8 over 15. That is the number part. And as far as the variables are concerned, we have x squared and y in the numerator, and we have z in the denominator. Is this clear to you?
Yes.
So monomial is absolutely clear. Now let's look into how do we divide binomials. Is it okay?
Yes.
So let me write down now as 12a squared b plus 10 b squared a divided by, let's say, 2 abc. So what will you get when you do this division? We can write that as a combination of
By
previous.
cutting 12, we will write 6.
Yes.
And by cutting 10, we will write 5.
Okay, so we will do it in like this. Let me show you. First, you split it. So we'll make it things very simple. We have 12a square b divided by 2abc plus 10b square a divided by 2abc. Is that clear to you?
Yes.
These are two different terms. And now we'll do what you were saying. That is, we'll do 6 times a cancels, b cancels, a remains there. That goes 5 times, and this b goes, a goes, correct? So once we have done all this cancelling, we know the lowest terms which remain are 6a over c, correct? Plus,
Right.
on this side, we have 5b over c. Is it okay?
Yes.
Correct. So basically, we do get something like 6a plus 5b over c. You could write like this also. Is that clear to you?
Yes.
Right. So that is how you could do it. Now from here, you have also seen that there are many different ways of doing it, correct?
Yeah.
Many different ways of doing it. So that is how you could actually divide a monomial by a binomial with a monomial, correct? Now, let me take this example once again using the concept of common factors. You've done common factors also, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so let me rewrite this. In the numerator, a and b is common, right? And 2 is common. So I could have written numerator as 2 times ab because that is common. And when I do that, that is, I'm dividing individually by 2ab. You get the idea? So concept of group factoring. So what am I left with? If I take 2ab common, then from here I get 12 divided by 2 is 6, as you said. A square will leave me a, and b has been taken out. And on the other hand, I have 10 divided by 2, which is 5, and b, since a is taken out. Is this part clear? Grouping, group factoring.
Can you just repeat? There was some connectivity issue, so I cannot hear you properly.
Sure. So if you look into the numerator part only, in that case, in the numbers, which number is common?
2.
Common factor could be?
2.
And variable a square and a is common. Variable b
Yes.
and b square, b is common, correct?
Mm.
So we can
Yes.
group factor and write this as 2ab outside. Then what remains is 6a plus 5b, right? Correct?
Correct.
Now I can divide this by 2a, b, c. Now see what? Since I have a common factor, I can now divide these terms and show you like this, getting the result as 6a plus 5b over c. Do you see that? And these
Yes.
two things are same.
Yes, this is the easiest method, I think.
Very good. So I have shown you two different ways of doing the same thing. One, we could follow this path. The other, we could follow this path. You see that?
Yes.
But you get the same thing. Now, depending on the situation, we'll follow one of our paths to get these results. Perfect?
Yes.
Now, with that in mind, I would like you to take some examples from your book to see how monomial division will be done. And then we will move into more complicated cases. Okay? So let me clear this. Stop sharing. You now share your book. And we'll
Yes.
do a few examples.
I'll share. Can you see the screen?
Yes, I can. Go with example 1. Okay, can you tell me how will you answer this question? 21 m squared divided by 7m. What will you get? Tell me.
We will just a second. 7
Yes.
and 21. 7 threes are we will get by cutting 21. I will write 3. By cutting m squared, we will cut m, and then we will get 3m as the answer.
Correct. So in this case, we straight away get 3m, and there is no remainder in this particular case. So we have done this, right? So let me clear
Right.
this. Move on to the next question, please. So
Yes.
7m is a factor, right? Remainder is 0, correct? Quotient is 3m. Is it okay? Next question. 40.
AQ divide by minus 10A.
Correct.
We will cut 40 and write there 4.
Okay.
And we will cut A cube and A. And I don't know how to deal with this minus sign. Like what
It'll
we'll
be
do with it.
plus, remember this, plus and minus. When they come together, then what you get is minus.
Minus.
So if it is minus plus, also minus. But if it is plus plus or minus minus, in that case, that is equal to plus. Is it okay? So when you
Yes.
multiply or divide same sign, you get positive. Different sign, negative. Is that clear?
Okay.
So remember this part. We'll write here, same sign means positive. Is it okay? And different
Yes.
sign means
Negative.
negative. Clear? So we will get here, the answer will be negative. So we'll write negative here. And as you said, 4 remains and a square remains.
A square
Correct?
remains.
Correct.
Yes.
And now, looking into the division part, it is good to summarize as is being done in your book. You know the quotient is minus 4a square and the remainder is 0. Is it okay?
Yes.
So that is how you're going to do it. Let's take up the next question. Keep it here. Okay. Solve this. Minus 48. Let me write. Minus 48 p to the power of 4 divided by minus 9 p square. What will you get?
Just a second. We will get quotient as we will cut 48 and but we will get the remainder as 3.
Yeah, so write 3. So 3 is a common factor. So divide 48 by 3 and 9 also by 3. So when you do 48 by 3, what do you get? 3 times 1 and 3 times 6. 48.
Yes.
And 3 times 3. How about negative and negative sign when you divide? What happens?
We will minus minus plus.
Yeah, pause, plus. And number 16 over 3. Now the
3.
variable p to the power of 4 and p to the power of 2. So basically, it will be p to the power of 4 minus 2, right?
Yes.
So that is the rule. So we get p square, right? So that is p square, 4 minus 2. So we get p square here. Is that clear to you?
Yes.
And again, we have a remainder of 0. If you want, you can write 0 over minus 9p square. But you know, that is the quotient for you. And this is the remainder, which is 0.
Yes.
Is it clear to you?
Yes.
So that is how you're going to do this question. Now let's
So
move.
do we have to write the remainder side?
Yeah, because your book is writing. That is why I'm writing. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Next question. Let's see the answer, right? So as written in the book, they are writing the quotient and the remainder. So you should also do, they expect that from you. Next question, please. Now this time we have a binomial because there are 2 terms, right? So in a polynomial, we give name of polynomial based on number of terms. So monomial, 1 term, right? So let's say monomial, 1 term. Binomial means 2 terms. Trinomial, 3 terms, right? Like this it goes. Is it okay?
Yes. We had learned this monomial, binomial, and trinomial in our previous classes.
Correct. That is why you're doing polynomial divisions. I'm not perfect. Now this time we have 40 divided by 30. This is similar. We can skip this. Go to the next question, please.
Okay.
Now we have a binomial, which is 5x cube. Try to divide this. 5x cube minus 3x squared. And we have to divide this by x squared. How will you do it?
Cube minus 3x. Uh, I don't know how we'll do this one.
Okay. So we will adopt two ways of doing it. I will write this as, we'll do two ways of doing it, right? So let me just show you both the ways. So we can divide this as 5x cube over x squared minus 3x squared over x squared. Is that okay?
Yes.
Now you can divide this term and get the answer. So what do you get here? You get this goes x. 3 minus 2 is 1. So you get 5x. Is that okay?
Yes.
Minus. What do you get here? X squared cuts. You get minus 3. Correct?
Yes.
So 5x minus 3 is your answer. This is one way of doing it. The other way is to group factor. So we can group factor the numerator. So what is common between 5x cube and 3x squared?
X.
X squared is common. So I will write here as 5x minus 3. Is that okay?
Yes.
Divided by x squared. And now you can cancel x squared and x squared. So what you get is
5x minus 3.
5x minus 3. And that is how you are going to do it. Is that clear to you?
Yes, just a second.
Do you see
Yes.
both answers are same?
Yes.
You could do either way. So I prefer for now, since you missed many classes, you follow this path.
Okay.
This is easy. Break them apart. So break them and then do it. That simplifies the whole process. So avoid group factoring for the moment, right? But you get the same answer. You get the idea?
Yes.
And the question says divide, write the quotient and the remainder. Now in this particular case, you can see what is the quotient and what is the remainder. Well, you only get the quotient 5x minus 3 and the remainder is 0. Is that okay?
Yes.
Let's move on to the next question, please. Do you see the answer? So watch
Yes.
carefully. How should you write the answer to get full marks? Okay. Next question, please. So that is again a similar kind. So we have 8p cube minus 4p square. We have to divide by 2p square. So we can divide separately. Do you understand?
Yes.
So if I divide separately, then 8 divided by 2 will give me 4. And p square divide 3 minus 2 is 1. So I get 4p here, right?
Yes.
And the second term, p square cancels, and 4 goes 2 times. So 4p
Yes.
minus 2.
Yes.
So that becomes the quotient, and the remainder is 0. Is that clear?
0. Yes.
Next question, please. Are you finding it easy? No difficulty, correct?
No, not till now.
Very good. Now let's do the trinomial. So let me rewrite the question as we had been doing. So we get 2y cube plus 4y square plus 3. And we have to divide by 2y square. Is that clear to you?
Yes. We will break it first.
You will break it? Very good. So break it. So we get 2y cube over 2y square plus
Yes.
4y square over 2y square plus 3 over 2y square. Is that okay?
Yes.
So first one, which you have broken, can be written as what?
We
and two
will
cancel?
cut 2 and write 1 there.
No need to write 1. So just cut. Is it okay?
Yes.
And
We
this
will
one,
cut y cube and write y.
yeah.
And in the second part, we will cut 4 and write 2. We will cut y square.
Right. Now you
And-
can write down the answer.
Yes.
So you get y plus, here you get 2, correct? Plus
Yes.
3 over 2y square. Is that okay?
Square. Yes.
So whenever we have this 2y square in the denominator, that is part of your remainder, correct?
Yes.
So now we get this part, which is the remainder for us. We still have to divide by 2y square. So this is called remainder.
Okay.
And this one is quotient.
Yes.
Is that clear to you?
Yes.
So in the book, what they did was that these two factors had 2y square common.
Yes.
Correct? Therefore, what they did was they clubbed these two factors and took 2y square common and kept 3 apart.
Okay.
And then they split into this term over that plus 3 over 2y square and got their result. However, our method is much simpler. You get the idea?
Yes.
Follow our method. No need to do that for now. Is it okay?
Yes.
Let's take up the next question, please. Now, wait. Answer this question and then we'll check the result. Do it in your notebook.
Yes. 7x divided x cube. If we cut x raised to 4, then we will get x raised to 3 or x raised to 2.
So when you have 4 divided by 3, x to the powers, then be 4 minus 3. Do you understand? We get x to the power of 4 minus 3, which is x to the power of 1, which is only x. Is that clear to you?
Yes.
Let us try to understand this step. Let me show you. When I say x to the power of 4 over x to the power of 3, it really means what? It means x to the power of 4 is x times x times x times x, correct? And
Yes.
x to the power of 3 is x times x times x. And now what you do? You cut one by one. Do you see that? Only one x is, and you get the result, correct? So you could do like this, or you could think about 4 minus 3. So it is x to the power of 1. And we don't write that 1. X to the power of 1 is x. And so we write only x. Is that clear to you?
Yes.
Correct.
Yes, I got the answer.
Tell me.
First, we will cut 21 and write 3.
Okay.
We will cut x raised to 4 and x raised to 3, and we will get 3x.
No. X only. X to the power of 4 divided by x cube will be only 1x, just as we did
Yes.
here, right?
Yes.
Only 1x. Correct. Next one.
Then second,
Yeah, 3x. What we get is 3x. You're right. You get 3x here.
yes.
Next.
Then we will cut 14 and write 7.
2. 7 times 2 is 14.
Yes.
And then?
And we will cut 3 and 2, and we will get just 1x then.
In the denominator.
So 2x.
So
Yes.
minus 2 over x. Is that clear to you?
Yes.
Okay. Next.
And we will cut 7 and x 3 cube and x, and we will get x square.
Yes. So 1 over x square. Is that clear to you?
Yes.
So that is what we are going to get, correct? Now here
Correct.
in polynomial division, here we have to look at it in a very different way. So I'll actually show you how we should be looking into this part of division, correct? Using long division, right? So that is kind of okay. I say kind of okay, right? But not correct. Is that okay?
Yes.
So we'll have to have a different approach. Is that clear to you? So I'll show you the different approach in my screen. But now let's go and check the answer in your book. Go, continue. Wait. So in the answer, they have written quotient as 3x. Do you see that? And the remainder as minus 14x square plus 7x, correct?
Yes.
Which is kind of different from what we got. What we did was simplification of rational expressions. Is it okay? Now go back to our screen. Question itself. Correct. So what we did here is called simplify rationals. Simplify
Rational.
expressions. So now you understand one thing. How is simplifying rational expression different from dividing polynomials? You get the idea now? So
Yes.
whatever we did till now was simplifying expressions. And now we will learn polynomial division, correct?
Yes.
Did you copy the question? I'll
Yes.
now clear the screen and take you back. You can stop sharing and I'll take you back to my screen now. And I'll show you the easiest way of dividing polynomials. So now we are getting into dividing polynomials. Is that clear to you?
Yes.
Earlier, we simplified rational expressions. Is that clear? I will not call that as dividing polynomials. You get the idea? But I wanted to introduce to you some concepts which you should know before starting polynomial division. Is that clear to you now? So we understand what is the divisor, what is the dividend, what is the remainder, what is the quotient. We know now the division statement. We know now how do we simplify the rational expressions. And now we are getting into dividing polynomials. We know monomial, binomial, trinomial, all that combination. Now tell me, what was the question which we were trying to do? Divide what with what? Tell, you're on mute. You're on mute. Yeah, tell me,
Yes.
what are we trying to do?
21
Pardon?
x raised to 4.
Say again, say again.
21 x raised to 4
Yeah,
minus 14x square
yeah,
plus 7x
yeah.
divided by 7x cube.
Divide by 7x cube. Is that clear to you?
Yes.
Now, since we are dividing by 7x cube, and we have to first write all these terms in a particular order. So first point is write terms from highest to lowest power. Degree. Is it okay? Every term has a degree, degree 4, degree 2, and degree 1, correct? So we write, this is the proper way of writing a polynomial. Is that clear to you?
Yes.
Right. And now, actually, there's one more thing which we'll do later and understand, and that is to, put placeholders, which I'll teach you later. But now, if I have to divide 21x to the power of 4, and here it is cube, first step is, how will I take care of 21x to the power of 4? I have to multiply with 3 and x. Is that clear?
Yes.
So when I multiply with 3 and x, I get here 21, which is 3 times 7, and x times cube is x to the power of 4. And so this remainder is 0. And now I bring down the next term, which is minus 14x squared, correct?
Yes.
Now, the divisor degree, the power is higher, right? Higher degree. And now, here we have a lower degree. Can you divide now? We cannot divide, correct?
Why?
Because it is x squared and this is x cubed.
Okay.
So we cannot divide. Is that clear to you?
Yes.
So if you come to a stage when the degree in the numerator is lower than the degree in the denominator, in that case, you have to stop your division process. So we bring down the other term also, which is 7x. We cannot divide, so this is called the remainder. So what we have now is when you divide 21x to the power of 4 minus 14x squared plus 7x by the term 7x cubed, what you really get is 3x, which is the quotient, plus what remains is minus 14x squared plus 7x divided by 7x cubed. Is that okay?
Yes.
So that becomes your answer. So this is your quotient. And this part here is the remainder.
Yes. So we will do the previous sums again in this method.
No, previous sums, there was zero remainder. Since there was zero remainder, simplifying rational expression was similar to polynomial division. You get the idea? So
Yes.
what we learned here is very important. If remainder is zero, then both are same. Is that okay?
Yes.
But not if remainder is not zero. You get the idea?
Yes.
So there are common factors, then you divide whole and you get the remainder. And quotient is the only thing which you get in both the cases, and that is same. But if you are getting a remainder, then you have to actually do polynomial division. And what we are calling this as, this is called long division.
Long division, yes.
Is that clear to you? So
Yes.
simple examples where it is a clear-cut factor as it was in earlier examples, we could do directly and get our result. But now, if we have a remainder, we have to follow this process. Is this clear to you?
Yes.
Perfect. So let me erase this and tell me the next question from your book.
Oh,
We'll
so
divide
shall I share the
Just
screen?
read. What is the question?
Just a second. It is 6 raised to 5.
No, say again, please. I couldn't hear. Yeah.
6 raised to 5.
6 to the power of 5.
6x raised to 5
Okay.
minus 4x raised to 4
Yeah.
plus 8x cube
Okay.
plus 2x square
Okay.
divided by 2x square.
2x squared. Now, since you see that we are dividing by 2x squared and all are even powers, you see all are even powers?
Yes.
Correct? So in this case, you could do directly, we need not go there. So you can take 2x squared common in the numerator, correct? Right?
Just a second. Oh, can you just repeat what you said?
You notice that 2x squared is common in all of them, correct?
Yes.
So you could take 2x squared common in all of them and then simplify, and that will be a long division, polynomial division, correct?
Yes.
So if I do that, 2 goes 3 times in 6,
Yes.
right? Or, so we have here 3 and 5 minus 2 is 3, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Minus 2x squared plus 4x
4x
plus 1 divided by 2x squared. Is that okay?
Yes.
2x squared, x squared cancel. And so we get the answer 3x cubed minus 2x squared plus 4x plus 1, correct?
Okay.
But this was you could see it. But if you could not see it, right, it is not always possible, right? So it is good
Right.
practice to do the long division. Now I'll see the long division process. Let me rewrite the whole question. We have 6x to the power of 5 minus 4x to the power of 4 plus 8x cube plus 2x square, right? And we have to
Yes.
divide by 2x square, correct? Let's do the
Yes.
division, 1 by 1.
Then
6x,
we have to stop at the first only because the x raised to 5 and x square is smaller than x raised to 5.
we can go up to the end because the last term is x square. We can go up to the end, correct? So let's begin with the first one. When you divide 6x to the power of 5 with 2x square, how much can you go? Well,
3x cube.
3x cube, right? So we get
Yes.
6x to the power of 5. And now I can bring down the next term, which is 4x to the power of 4, correct?
Yes.
Can you divide it further?
Uh,
It goes minus, because
Two.
minus 2, yeah, x square, right?
yes.
So we get minus 4x to the power of 4. Remainder is 0. So bring down the next term, which is 8x cube, correct?
Yes.
How many times will it go?
It will go 4 times.
4x, which gives you 8x cube. And bring down the next term, which is 2x square, right? How many times will that go?
1.
0 remainder. So you can clearly see that this becomes your quotient, right?
Right.
And 0 becomes your remainder. Is it okay?
Yes.
However, this process of long division is much better.
Yes.
So follow long division. That is what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay.
Let's take another question, and that could be our last question. Is that okay?
Yes.
Tell me the question.
Just a second. Yes. 25m raised to 4 minus 15m
25n. Pardon, minus?
25m raised to 4
Mm-hmm.
minus 15m cube m.
Okay.
Even in 25 it is m.
Okay, m. Okay.
Plus 10m plus 8
Divided by?
5m cube.
Let's begin with the very first term. By what should I multiply? Quotient will be 25 divided by 5 is?
5.
And m, right?
Yes.
So we have 25 m4 and we get what? 0 minus 15
You get 15 down.
m cube, right?
Yes.
Can I divide further? Yes.
Yes.
Minus
3.
3, right? So you get minus 15 m cube and that is 0. And we bring down the other term, which is 10 m.
10m.
You cannot divide, right?
No, we can divide with 2.
So we can go and bring the other, because m cube, right? Power, the degree now is much lower. So that becomes the remainder. Is that clear?
Okay.
You cannot divide it further. So in this case, we get a quotient
5m minus 3
and the remainder
as plus 10m plus 8.
Yeah. So no need to write that plus m, right? So I could write this question as, let me rewrite the division statement, which is 25 m to the power of 4 minus 15 m cube plus 10 m plus 8 divided by 5 m cube equals to 5 m minus 3 plus 10
Plus
m plus
10m
8 divided by 5 m cube. Is that okay?
Yes.
Because that remains to be divided, and so we get our division. Quotient being 5m minus 3 and the remainder 10m plus 8. Is that clear to you? The whole process.
Yes.
Correct. So today we are going to stop at this stage. Practice questions up to this point, and then tomorrow we'll pick up the next, where we are going to do more complicated polynomial division. Clear?
Yes.
Okay then. Can you summarize today what did you learn? We'll stop sharing and I'd like you to summarize what you learned. Yes.
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 We have learned, we have started with a portion, and there we have learned about binomial, trinomial, and polynomials. And today we completed our monomial and binomial things. We started with long division, and I learned many new things today about how to do long division and with variables. I
Yes.
was unable to do with variables. Now I am able to. Yes.
Very good. So we
And
have
I
seen
learned new methods.
correct an easy method. So we have
Yes.
learned how do we divide by a monomial today. Tomorrow we will see how do we divide by binomials and move forward. Is that clear to you?
Yes.
Practice question. I'll upload this video. If there is anything which needs to be understood, ask me those questions or write as comments. Is that clear to you? But
Yes.
practice from your book. Any doubts you have, share with me. Great.
Sure.
Thank you and all the best.
Bye.
Bye.